And game. Starting off
This scene again, I just point something out.
Link's. No, this is not. Okay. For the record, this is not open boot. The Eastern Palace had 5-6 crystal, and I believe Desert Palace had a pendant.
Yeah, that was basically the seed that did that on its own accord.
Yeah, and we got our first sword, and this is not casual. This is not standard Uncle Assured. We just got the sword from Uncle, all right?
But one thing, yeah, quite the start already. Now the question is, where the bombs at?
We'll be. So the good thing about the boots being in Link's house, this escape sequence is going to be way your typical 6-minute affair.
Well, in a bit I was joking, because normally you would need bombs, but this time not so much. If you get any bombs, as Koi does, they'd be for Kakariko.
Oh, that is true, because you can't bonk the back. Clear. A decent lead already. Again, this is not like it's going to be much because this is standard, so everyone's going to be taking the same.
Careful, Math Girl, down to 1 heart. Got our bottom 2 runners downstairs.
Yep, they have pretty much almost identical in sync. Matt taking an early lead here, taking this lead here as Chloe decided to. It's going to go for the quicker route with this ball and guard chain. The ball, yeah. Ball and chain guard, that's what it was.
Math Girl getting a full heart refill, and opting to just go for the full-on pottery strat. That's nice and safe, and when you're low on hearts, not a bad idea.
Okay, I'm gonna move my mic here. Hopefully this won't cut off.
Right now, Matt 7898 first to run into the sewers, and with how this seed is, quite literally.
Yeah, so now Matt is going to escape, going through the sewer system, and we're gonna get the hard-coded lamp.
Except this time, it wasn't boots assured to open. The seed did that on its own.
Yeah, and yeah, this is not the boot start on Synax's Sahaj Shrala bot over on the Link to the Past Discord. Link to the Past. Link to the Past randomizer for some reason. A heart container 3 bombs and another set of 3 bombs.
Well, there's our bombs, so now we're all set for Kakariko.
And Chloe actually going to do the bomb, the bonks that pretty much you can do. You don't have to farm for bombs. So 20 as he comes out of the sanctuary into the sanctuary, and a hammer over on this.
Well, we got some nice value out of the escape sequence after all, and not just the boots and the sword, but a weapon that deals sword damage.
So in an open with boots enabled, you're typically going to be checking box since it's your first enabled checks from the game, just from going through Sanctuary, and you get 3 bumps from this bunk rock. All right, Matt checking the lumberjack cave, and only just for those 300 rupees.
Yep, 300 rupees. As nice as that is, that ain't required.
I just in general like doing the lumberjack play just immediately as soon as I get to out of this sanctuary. It's probably the case for whatever reason it's gonna be an Akaseed. Math Girl opting to do the hula hand trick. You get 220 from this hula hand, and you can only do it once. Matt finding the single arrow out of the thieves' hideout. And Matt Girl showing off what happens when you read the hint tile in the hula hand room. You get these little
Now that I did not know, and to save and quit from Math Girls, Matt is checking South Shore, not going to Kakariko just yet.
Yeah, I knew that just from doing a hula hand and just getting curious of what the hint tile read. So Chloe Power into Kakariko Village. For me, I've always said this, Kakariko... If it's a pretty bad Kakariko, we're going to be seeing items trickled in, but if we get a lot of items in Kakariko, then expect being just out of their reach, but it's just somewhere really, really deep. We had the Moon Pearl inside Blind's hideout. Just
An early Agina play. This could be interesting. Or it can just be 20 rupees. And a rod in the well. I think that was the ice rod. As Koi gets his ice rod, pay 100 rupees to get 300 rupees. Now that's what I call a triple return on your investment. Just 50 rupees on the chicken coop. And we got a master sword in the Moldorm cave. Rather, mini Moldorm cave. So already level 2 sword in play.
Alright, Matt going for the cave.
just for money and a piece of heart at the racing game, so Chloe's done with Kakariko.
So all we had was a Moon Pearl and an Ice Rod. So the Ice Rod's nice considering hunting all over Hyrule just for that. And that Moon Pearl pretty much means most likely we don't have to kill Aga.
Yeah, 'cause at this point, we're really one item from Dark World access. And it's likely gonna be... It's something of value is in Sahasrah's or Easter. And if you find a lamp there, then there's a non-zero chance that you'll have to do Aga just to get into Dark World. But we shall... A lamp can't take them up the mountain just yet because they don't have a glove. So Math Girl goes for the chicken clip, but the bird goes face first into the wall. Much like Link when trying to do a block clip in Zelda 1, but you're too close.
That's a joke I don't understand, honestly.
Fair point, but it's a thing in Zelda 1 where blocks similar to the ones you push in this game you can actually clip into. I don't believe you can do that in this game, although it'd be hilarious if you could.
But we did find a Master Sword, so... but... The sword kind of concerns me. It's possible that Aga might actually be needed, but also, on the contrary, we do have... Real.
Now, I don't know if any of our four featured runners are going to go for it, but with the Moon Pearl, they can fake Flipper and do a water block to get the Pyramid Fairy checks out of the way. And there are times where that actually is helpful. Thought I said Waterfall Fairy. Okay.
So Chloe Power doing the water walk, because again, we found those boots ridiculously early in the game. Like, not even... We already have our boots. And there's our Tempered Sword and our gloves, so there's our Dark World access.
That it is, so if there's no glove in Sahasrahla or Eastern, the Green Pendant at Swamp Palace, then we'll know that Logic wanted you to require Aga 1, but left a workaround. And we got a Cape Samaria on Matt's side in Sahasrahla's closet.
Is value that we don't need at the moment.
And King Zora is a scam artist. And Koi finds a shovel from the hobo.
So, for our Darkhold access, we need to get flippers in order to bring that. Though, so Chloe Power being the only player to have the Chloe Power just doing the water block, that is out of logic. Any glitches that that you can do in Link to the Past are considered, or not even like just that, but things like doing the entrance from the the Death Mountain entrance, and other such things. So there's our other glove actually your Dark World access that is logical.
So, for Chloe Power and Koi, if they both go to Eastern, they'll have Titan's Mitts. Albeit earlier than the game intended, Titan Mitts nonetheless.
He actually has our Titan's Mitts.
Not true, but either way, we had a pendant at Meyer, and where was that other one? I want to say Turtle Rock?
Yes, I believe that's the case. And so Chloe Power now a single rupee, 300 rupees, a 20 rupee, our mirror, and 300 rupees. So we have a whole lot of. So, I don't know. I don't really want to call this hype cave anything.
I'll call
I got
it
a mirror.
modest.
So. What?
But to be fair, Mirror and Hype Cave is pretty good because now you're able to continue on towards Village of Outcasts, not really miss a beat.
Chloe Power, since you get that mirror from Hype Cave, this makes the Key 45 play possible.
Math Girl gets her shovel. Koi's about to get his mirror out of Hype Cave, which really is quite, I'll repeat what I saw in chat, quite reflective, because that mirror and those rupees all will reflect light, let's be honest. Meanwhile, let's see what Chloe Power digs up at the digging unit.
Alright, so Chloe going to get her Titan's Mitts, pretty much. But for her, it's going to be a glove, because this is out of logic.
Ooh, big game not worth it. All those digs for arrows.
Isn't it like the maximum you can get, like 30?
Yeah, 30's the max, so to get that, you'd have to have a pretty good rhythm. But yeah, that many digs for arrows, yeah, that's pretty rough.
So Math Girl gets her Tempered Sword and her Titan's Mitts. Her because that's pretty much all the gloves that we're going to be seeing for now. So we're only giving up 10 arrows, and Matt also going to, which is only a heart container. The chess game, and only 20 rupees. As Chloe's going to be doing Thieves Town, considering the hammer was in Sanctuary, and it's a really easy dungeon to clear.
If they keep finding hearts, it'll definitely be easy, because Chloe Power is already up to a very good number.
There's our big key that we need to get in there. Typically the four first. anyway, so I don't really need to repeat that to you guys.
Now to follow up on something in chat is that yes, the RNG of the digging game was fixed to be automatically set when the game gets generated. It'll generate a number between 1 and 30. That's how many digs are needed in the digging game to dig up the item. Wait, what was that I heard about a lamp? So lamp turned out to be in the Village of Outcasts area. And that's very important because now we have access to not just part of Death Mountain, we have access to all of Death Mountain, save for whatever's needed for Turtle Rock, but there's a non-zero chance that we won't need to go there this season. And we are on version 30 of the randomizer.
Yeah, considering that the medallion dungeons are all pendants, I don't believe any medallions, unless there is an item that is on there that is our progression.
The only way a medallion would be needed is if there was something, form of progression in Ice Palace, and say the fire rod was like on Cold Stair or something, then bombos would be required. So medallions aren't completely out of the question just yet. And the Hidden Boys side saying a piece of heart is in Ganton's tower, and Math Girl just got the hint about the magic mirror needing a bomb. How often is that hype cave, I wonder? Because it seems to be that to me more often than not.
Not too sure, but Math Girl is our Smiths, but again, this is still out of logic. Entering the blind fight, this will be our first boss fight of the match.
And as usual, blinds dropping cheap puns. Perfect fight for Chloe Brower. It's rewarded with a bottle. It's got green potion in it. With this, Sick Kid is now in logic.
And Chloe Power is amongst the first of our research members to get a crystal. First blood. Hold it in much longer. I had to say first blood. But anyway, Chloe Power, go and check the Sick Kid.
And that's heart container to bring Chloe Power up to 10 heart containers. I'm not sure what Math Girl is doing here.
Chloe picks up the lamp. To answer something in chat regarding V31, as far as I'm aware, the law is considering, because now you can set it so that the Ganon's tower only opens up, and Ganon is only vulnerable at a certain amount of crystals. Oh, Star Wars actually correcting me. And they actually discussed the logic. Huh.
That would be interesting to see, because this current logic, I have to admit, at times I have felt that this logic, I mean, some people liked the fairly predictable nature of diving dungeons and up to from like version 24 to 28 or whatever it was. But my only gripe with the current logic is that it just seems a little, I don't want to say too random, but it seems like I can't seem to put my finger on what the game wants in a specific scene. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. Now I see what Math Girl was doing. She walked out of Eastern to get over to the pod area, but she could have taken a death warp to get out of Eastern a little bit faster. As Chloe Pryor picks up yet another heart container to bring that total to 11. Still, there could be something of value here in Pod. Oh wait, we got a Bombos medallion sighting, and if you want it, you're gonna need the cape. As Math Girl takes the death warp to get back to the start of the dungeon. Meanwhile, Chloe Pryor goes into King's Tomb, only comes up with 1 rupee. And above the pose is just 50 rupees. I'm starting to think our next play is on Death Mountain, and it looks like Chloe Pryor is going to be the first of our 4 featured runners to head in that direction.
Yep, and this Chloe Pryor, like cutting in and out will fix itself soon. I don't know what's going on.
I'm thinking the tomb got raided a few times, which means that tomb should have had some raid countermeasures. And the old man had 50 rupees, so that's the start of our Death Mountain checks. And there's the cape, so now the Bombos medallion is in logic. But what won't be in logic for Math Girl, these dark runs. The basement did not have anything required. As Chloe Prower is now in the Tower of Hera. Koi heads up for Catfish, and the game is repeating a hint that we had already figured out here on Restream. And it looks like the basement's required for the big key. And now we get to see what Catfish holds for us today. Catfish holding on to half magic. That is really nice. Because if you need to use magic, have that little extra can really make a difference. And that hint was a bit of a pooper because it was not very helpful at all. That is a dev hint. So, Math Girl gets through the dark maze to the big chest, but does not have the big key. I'm thinking it's Bola. And there's another hint from the Department of Redundant Hints. And it looks like our other item is going to be on Moldor. Whoa! Moldorm has the hook shot. That is a game changer for Chloe, as now Hookshot Cave is fully in logic. But yeah, Chloe does not quite have Titans, but as soon as Titan mitts are available, then yeah, that's gonna be huge. Quite a similar... Yeah, the hookshot was used to fight a boss that looked like Moldorm, but a lot meaner. And speaking of meaner, Matt just got treated very meanly by Moldorm, knocked off. The platform has to restart the fight, and we find out that Ether is behind the big bomb, so if we have to go into Mire or TR for anything, Big Bomb could be the play. Math Girl gets half magic. So far, this particular Paradox Cave, well, I was just about to say, this Paradox Cave doesn't have anything, but there is the flippers, so now we are 100% back in logic. The other thing is, this also puts Green Pendant Swamp Palace into play. I don't know of anybody who wants to dig that out, honestly, but it looks like Chloe might be doing that. I think, and this is just speculation on my part, I think Chloe is waiting to do Eastern for the bow. But it's not to say that the bow couldn't be in Swamp, because by logic, it most definitely could be. Yeah, this is a play that most definitely could backfire, but it could also be a good play because Swamp Palace is also Green Pendant, so that's 7 items total, not 6. And another hint that would... I think the hints could be a bit better at times, but that's just me. That is a very good point. Our pedestal possibility is basically the bow and the bow only, but not so fast. It could also be one of the fetch quest items, with the bow sitting behind it as Matt gets his flippers. Or apparently Bo is first chest of Swamp Palace, so whoever called that, hats off to you, because that was a heck of a call. Yep, Fire Rod for no mode indeed. And it could very much be in Swamp, or it could be bow locked in Pod. There's so many possibilities out there. As Koi now picks up his Titan's mitts. See what this next check is in Swamp Palace. Just 20 rupees. Now, we haven't seen a compass or a map or a big key, so at this point, do you skip left side? Or do you just check it out anyway? Chloe is opting to skip left side for now. As Matt now gets his Titan's mitts as well as the Tempered Sword. That's very true, Daniel. The keys have to be exactly precise in order to get to Laser Bridge without the Fire Rod and Turtle Rock. This Math Girl's doing a check we have not seen yet. Smith Chain plus Hammer Pegs. As Chloe comes up with the compass, and you know what they say, you know what that means. It's not left side swamp until it's left side swamp. It's a piece of heart at Hammer Pegs. Math Girl turns in the Blacksmith. First of our 4 runners to do that. Not sure what's coming in for that. as here's an Argus fight for you. And just 3 bombs. Yep, that is right. We are at the start of Dark Death Mountain, as we are also at the start of Argus Phase 2. And the prize for beating Cold Stare is a bee in a bottle. Now, interesting thing to note about the bee in a bottle is that if it's the good bee, then you can sell it for 100 rupees. As Matt Girl gets her lamp, we've got Matt into Hookshot Cave, which yields a green potion. Followed up by the fire rod, ladies and gents. We're in no mode at 4115. Additional items include a shield upgrade and 20 rupees, but now we know where our runners need to go. They need to go into the first chest of Swamp Palace to get the bow. They need to go to Hookshot Cave to get the fire rod. And Matt, you're not going to be going back there. Just trust me on that. Well, Ped and Big Bomb are now both dead within the first hour. So Chloe's going to turn in Green Pendant and get the best boomerang, the Link to the Past version of Lord Banana. So get a look at Spike Cave. And the only helpful thing out there right now would be silver arrows. Those could quite literally be anywhere. As Athgirl works her way through Evestown, we're gonna have Koi go to pick up the Bombos medallion, and I like this play because Bombos can be extremely useful and can really help you out against Cold Stare for that first phase. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have been joined by the Bass Beats non-commentary. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Leslie Pro 4. How are you?
Doing good tonight. So far, we've got a pretty solid seed. One where Matt would just have to go to the first chest of Swamp Palace to get the bow.
Wow.
Yeah, basically... Yeah, basically we're already in no mode because we just need... We know where things are, our runners just need to get there.
Fantastic. No, I'm just coming in a little bit late tonight, and I'm seeing we've already got Bacon's Sword, both rods, boots, Titan. This is a jet seed and a half.
Well, actually, I need to slow my roll there because we're after one more thing. We need a flute or a book. Either or gets us into desert. So I got a little bit ahead of myself. But we're one item away.
Well, and if we're lucky, maybe it's going to be one of our pendant dungeons, which requires a medallion. That's if we're really lucky, though.
Well, you speak of that, and Turtle Rock requires the Ether Medallion. So there's still a chance, because we know by way of a hint, the Ether Medallion's behind Big Bomb.
Well, hopefully the seed's going to give us a little bit more trouble than being in go mode in basically 45-ish minutes if we were lucky for it. So I'm just getting a little bit caught up. Chat helping me out saying my area is dead at this point. That's what they say anyway.
Yep, I don't believe we went left side swamp unless I missed that.
Oh, well, how was the item count? Do we have anything orphaned on the left side?
There would have been one thing because the compass was picked up.
Oh, well, that could get interesting.
Yep, I've certainly left. It's happened to all of us where we've had to leave behind left side swamp for one reason or another, be it a brain cramp or just a dirty enemizer seed.
I know, but in a standard race, that could definitely prove dangerous. We've seen quite a number of seeds where you had an orphaned item. Often it'll be the chest in Thieves' Town, but it looks like everybody's got hammer, so that won't be a problem. But still, that left side gamble.
Yeah, hammer was early. It was in the sanctuary.
Now, what did Old Man hold? Because it just got the hint, and it looks like Chloe would have handed in the green pendant already.
Yeah, as Math Girl is doing something interesting with the graphics. She knows how to glitch this game in some really entertaining ways, I have to admit.
Trying to figure out what color fireballs those are. That's fantastic.
I don't know, but it looks like somebody fired a rainbow beam into that room.
That really is fantastic. Well, it looks like Matt is heading out to unlock that purple chest. Has anyone already done so?
I believe so, but I didn't see what it was.
And Leslie Pro and chat, I do appreciate your patience while I'm getting caught up with what's going down, because, man, this looks like it's been an action-packed race so far.
Well, Koi just got a hint that could kick him in the right direction. A unique item is in Swamp Palace, and it looks like Koi did come up with blue mail as well.
Oh, great quality of life item. I mean, now he definitely doesn't have to worry. And that bomb jump in Ice Palace, the other Ice Palace bomb jump, it's significantly harder than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
The one on Koi's stream, that's got a lot less of a forgivable pixel window than the other Ice Palace bomb jump than its more famous brethren. Well, it looks like we got Chloe heading through Palace of Darkness right now. Nice item-rich area. And it doesn't look like any of our other runners have finished it, so should be getting some new info that way.
Yeah, Math Girl was here earlier, but was not able to open the big chest. My hunch on that was that the big chest was key was bow locked.
Fair enough.
I mean, book or flute could potentially be here, but we don't know that yet, as Math Girl is picking up the Bombos medallion.
Which so far doesn't really do a lot for us.
Well, right now it's doing one thing for Koi, is getting him through this dungeon, even though Fire Rod is available.
Where was Fire Rod?
That was in Hookshot Cave, while Koi has come up with a mushroom. Now, this is interesting because now there's one trick you can do with this, known as the old fake powder. You can visit Magic Bat that way and potentially skip sequence depending on where that powder lines up if it turns out to be what we need.
And if it doesn't, then hopefully we'll have a save and we'll have a quick save before that happens so you can also turn in the mushroom, because you could potentially have a huge issue if you use the mushroom for the fake powder and then need to actually turn in the mushroom.
I honestly don't think the mushroom despawns when you fake powder, but that's as far as I'm aware.
I've done it once and it did, and it was no fun when it did.
Okay,
Because
so
I didn't save.
So a safety save can't hurt in that case.
Definitely not. Also noticing if Koi is in Ice Palace, but no flippers, so he obviously fake flippered to get his way in there, so everything on Koi's stream right now is technically out of logic. For him, anyway.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to Death Mountain yet. He might be saving that, which isn't a bad idea in this case, because oftentimes of late I've seen where Death Mountain hasn't had anything for value, but in this case it certainly does, because it has both the flippers and the fire rod.
Meanwhile, we got Chloe Prower, blink and you miss it, takedown of Dino Kitty, Helmasaur King.
Just for bombs. Meanwhile, Koi's taking on Cold Stare, and Cold Stare got away momentarily.
Oh, but 1, 2, 3, not a problem for Koi. There we go, last one down in the corner. Cold Stare with the useless key.
But a useful crystal.
And just taking a look at our tracking here, we've got Eastern Palace with one of our 5-6.
And the other one's Hera. Right now, Chloe Prower is the only one of our featured runners that could potentially turn in Big Bomb, which would grant them the Ether Medallion, as we know by way of canon. So it is possible that Flute or Book is in Turtle Rock.
And if I have any say in the matter, if I can curse this commentary at all, please let it be on Trinex.
To be fair, if that were the case, Trinex with Tempered Sword is an okay fight.
Well, it's not about Tempered Sword fight, it's making your way through Turtle Rock anyway for a medallion that you ultimately don't need. It would still be pretty cool, though. Wait a moment. Could it be on Pet? Could Book be on Pet?
Actually, the Saturday Weekly had the book on the pedestal, but you didn't need it.
I'm just trying to think if there's any way to postpone that Desert Palace dip, if there's just some way to make it cruel. Because after all, you don't want the seed to be over this fast, do you? Meanwhile, Math Girl, having checked King's Tomb, not finding too much, heading back to the Dark World. And Mad, taking down Cold Stare in near record time. I don't know about you, Pro, but I completely missed that fight.
Yeah, Cold Stare got cleaned out pretty darn quick.
And Koi, just like you said, making their way up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the right play for Koi, because now he'll be able to get everything up here out, well, including the hook shot on Moldorm. So now it's one trip for all of it. Gonna get the flippers, gonna get the fire rod, gonna get the hook shot, but that's gonna be first because Moldorm's just a big old troll.
Well, naturally. It's in the name. You see, people keep mispronouncing as Moldorm. I'm pretty sure it truly is Trolldorm. Like, well and truly.
Would not be surprised if that were the point, or the case, rather. Spike Cave was not anything important.
Sounds good, and that's right, Koi. Everybody's looking for something, but you're only looking for one thing. And that's a save and quit. That was an unfortunate fall.
Yeah, that's one of those really tight bomb jumps where if you miss it, you take a fall that costs you a lot of time, and at that point it is faster to just save and quit.
Now again, you also said that the left side swamp hasn't been collected yet. Matt 7898 heading into Swamp right now. We should probably keep an eye on that screen. See if Matt actually takes that dip over to the left side.
We shall see, as Matt has picked up the bow.
Oh, this could be interesting. While Chloe making their way over to Catfish, I'm going to assume nothing of value there.
I'm going to disagree with that because half magic is there. I mean, it's not progression value, but it's still a good luxury value.
Oh, that's a great quality of life thing. That's amazing. My apologies. I wasn't sure if anybody collected. I was looking just at the items that we might need for getting those quality of life things.
They can definitely make a difference.
Oh, well, mostly with that Ganon fight. I mean, if you miss that glitch, you know, torch glitch, and you're trying to do it silverless, granted you got the bacon sword, if you have to light 2 torches, that can drain your magic right quick.
Not to mention be a time sink.
So I'm looking at chat saying that they need closure for that left side. Let's see what Matt's gonna do. Nope, doing the traditional, going first to kill Argus, and then hopefully we'll get a dip back down. Because if the flute's there, oh, that's just gonna stink for Matt.
That's just evil, and I don't think Chloe's gonna be going back for that for a while.
Oh, well, that rando be rando, that's what's gonna happen. So meanwhile, Matt continued to do the full clear. Koi Tower, we've actually got some reasonable diversions here on the stream tonight. So Leslie Pro, where do you foresee the play going from here? Just to finalize the getting caught up.
From here, judging off what I'm seeing, I think Big Bomb has to be the play because I've got a dirty feeling it's in Turtle Rock. We've had the Cane of Samaria for a while now. We've had the Ice Rod since really early in the game. So we might as well just complete the circle and say it's in Turtle Rock.
Oh, I love when the game trolls like that. Meanwhile, we got Matt in the Argus fight. Again, with that bacon sword, making little wasted time here. You're saying lots of progression in Hookshot Cave? Well, there's Chloe.
About to get the fire rod. Flame on.
So now we all have to hold our breath. So Koi, by the way, having taken down Moldorm in record time, getting their hook shot. Is Matt going to go back in to do that left side clear? No! Oh my.
This could be trouble.
Oh, this.
Then again, it all banks on what they find in Turtle Rock at this point.
This is one of those great times when you just gotta wonder. And hopefully if they're using trackers that they're accurately marking them, because unfortunately in a few runs we've seen some of the runners mark off parts of dungeons that they thought they did, but they haven't.
Yep, happens to everyone.
Oh yeah. Matt, of course, turning in the unique item hint for Sahasrara and getting a lovely blue banana. Let's take a look here. We got Chloe making the way back to Village of Outcast, Math Girl making the way up Hera, Koi and Super Bunny, and Matt 7898 going to Pod. I don't envy our trackers.
Yeah, what we do know for sure is that it's one item plus the map. Or the big key that's on left side swamp. And if it is the map, then and the big key's not there, then the big key is locked away in its chest.
But either way, we still don't know. Do we have Schrodinger's flute in Swamp Palace?
Oh, one of those could be in Ganon's tower. Between the flute or the book. They both can't be there, but one of them can.
But if we're already in GT, we're not going to worry about it.
Why not?
Let's see now, we got Koi making the way down to Spiral Cave. Well, now that Koi's got the flips, I would not at all be surprised if the play is going to head over to Swamp to get that other 5-6 crystal like you're suggesting.
Well, uh-oh, Math Girl got troll-dormed.
Like you said, it happens to the best of us. We got Chloe trying to keep Mothula away from those spikes to actually do some damage.
Yeah, it's when Mothula decides to troll and hang out by the spikes that the fight can take a bit of a ridiculous amount of time.
But we've got 2 exploding bosses on our left side, 2 crystals hoisted high in the air.
And Math Girl with the hook shot.
So it's all up to finding one item for desert access. Koi getting those flips. So presumably that Swamp Palace play is about to happen.
Which would grant the bow in the first chest. Then by finishing Eastern, Big Bomb becomes a play. And then from there, I think the game's wanting us to go up to Turtle Rock based off of time read.
Well, I think your read is probably good. And let's just hope the game decides not to give us the item we need in just the first chest. Just to draw it out that little bit more.
Well, we also have the mirror, so we don't have to worry about heading back over to Mimic Cave, because that would be a dirty place to put it.
Oh, that would be a dirty, filthy, McNasty place to put it, but you always hope for that to be the place, only when you're watching. Just as a reminder, we don't want this when we're actually doing our own runs. But at the expense of others, absolutely.
Yeah, during our runs, we absolutely don't want to see it. We just want the game to be nice, fair, and sometimes we're the ones who mess things up. I'll admit that was the case. That was the case yesterday. Saturday rather. I rarely do Saturday seats anymore. That was like my first one in over a year.
Well, serves you right for forgetting your weekend like that.
Well, if only I didn't have to work on Saturdays. That's the thing.
Details. Meanwhile, we got Matt 7898 taking down Dino Kitty. Already done the 17 smacks to the face. Just taking 3 quick slashes to that beautiful exploding jewel in the forehead.
As Math Girl now has the flippers.
Again, is there something in Swamp? Because Koi is heading there right now. This is, I don't know, like I've only been here for about 20 minutes and this is already killing me.
Yeah, I'm honestly wondering if Koi's gonna be the one that goes for left side swamp.
And if our progression item is there, I hope you don't mind, I'm gonna cackle, like, a lot. Meanwhile, Chloe getting that Ice Palace bomb jump on the second attempt. And Matt heading to the back of Pod.
Uh-oh, Chloe fell, has to redo Ice Palace bomb jump.
Oh, no!
But got it on the first attempt after the fall.
Oh yeah, that fall is always heartbreaking, especially if you have trouble getting it in the first place. You think, oh, I'm safe, and then nope. That Gator Room Chloe just did, it is so satisfying. It's not that hard a trick to do, but it's sort of like the King of Samaria rooms with the whiz robes in GT. It just looks so swag and it feels so good to pull off.
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
So if it hasn't been said recently, it's always a good idea to follow the runners who are on our restream, and we got Math Girl, Koi, Chloe Power, and Matt7898. All of these runners are absolutely phenomenally high caliber players. All the regulars on our restream. Definitely give them a follow. And it definitely also, as chat saying, a wild hand appeared. A big thank you to Professor Renderer, who unfortunately had some technical glitches, but it lets me share the time, I guess, if you want to look at that as a happy side to it all. But nonetheless, Professor Renderer, an amazing runner, an amazing commentator. Thanks for taking care of the first part of the race by a lot. And give Professor Renderer a follow too while you're at it.
And Koi is also not opting to do left side swamp. It's like there's this bias against left side swamp going on up in here.
But we do have Matt7898 hopefully realizing that they're in a 5-6 crystal dungeon and then doing the big bomb immediately following. We can always hope. Now, doing the back of swamp first is the typical play for most runners, just because depending on what you find in the chests over here, there's the two chests here in the waterfall. You get the chest in the waterfall room, the two here, and the one possible item on Argus. So it's worth clearing out the back first to avoid I think it's like 2 to 3 minutes it takes to do the proper left side check, if you don't have to.
I'd put it at about 90 seconds personally, but that's just me.
Well, that's if you're having a good day and you don't have anybody kind of jumping into your lap, which I'm referring to things like cats or bunny rabbits.
For small dogs.
Either way, I've had many a run time lowered ever so slightly by the presence of a cute furry creature. But speaking of the opposite of a cute furry creature, I had a cat named Segway once. Koi taking on Argus, Matt taking on the Armos Knights.
And here comes Chloe Power to take on Cold Stare.
Oh, we got triple boss rush. Well, double boss rush. Okay, we're down to single. That didn't matter. Oh, but Chloe with the bad pattern for Cold Stare. Cold Stare is escaping.
Yeah, the reason Cold Stare escaped is because of an ice crystal fell down and disrupted the pattern of the sword strike.
Oh, I love when RNG. Sorry, go ahead.
RNG can be a cruel mistress sometimes.
Meanwhile, Koi making the logic play that you were hoping for, or not.
No, but speaking of making the plays that I figured would be made is Matt7898. This is a big bomb play. We know the Ether Medallion is here. Probably gonna take it straight up to Turtle Rock.
Now the question is, does Matt7898 remember that there was an item orphaned in Swamp, and we are in the neighborhood? To go up to TR is a long way from here. Doubly so when we have no flute. I mean, yes, we can save and quit to the old man, but we still have to traipse our way over. It's not that far to Swamp, and as you said, it's only a 90-second check.
And basically, although it might be 90 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on things like routing, enemy RNG, lag, etc. I have not timed it out, so that is basically a rough estimate.
Nah,
so
but
that's
regardless,
my disclaimer.
fine, but regardless, your 90, even 3 minutes is going to be a heck of a lot quicker than making your way through TR.
As Matt, knowing what's there, only grabs the ether medallion and pieces out as Math Girl cuts Mothula into pieces.
So Matt going to turn in the mushroom, has that been done yet?
Yeah, that wasn't anything important, as Chloe Prower now also getting the ether medallion, also getting the piece of heart as well, opting to save and quit. Mushroom was turned in by Koi, but I believe he reset because it wasn't anything of value.
So Chloe definitely making the TR play here. Oh, I don't know. Maybe my spidey sense is tingling falsely, but I'm really worried about that Swamp Palace orphaned item.
Yeah, that would be a concern at this point for me, especially one item from Go Mode. And Matt is heading to Catfish. The half magic pickup could be huge if you have to go against Trinex. Even with Tempered Sword, if you have trouble with that fight, it's easy to run out of magic.
And meanwhile, we got Koi taking on the Helmosaur King. And again, a blink and you miss it, and down the king goes.
Math Girl stopping for a blue potion or two, not a bad play. So just bombs for beating Helmosaur King, but that's fine.
So meanwhile, we've got our first runner going into Turtle Rock. Let's see whether this is the right play. I mean, you're right, the game's logic says so. But, just now I'm dying to know what's in there. What's in Left Side Swamp?
Well, I'm of the mindset that if you have and a number of runners of this mindset, is that if you have an opportunity to go into Turtle Rock and clear a good portion of the dungeon, if not all of it, well, then, and you're in that area, you just do it.
It's that last part you said, if you're in that area.
But if you're also low on options, it's also a good idea. And this is a case of being very low on options, because quite frankly, I can't think of anything else.
Well, if you got the boots early, presumably all the boots, like King's Tomb was checked for sure. I'm sure Bonk Rocks has been checked. K45 with the mirror has been checked. We don't have a book to do any tablet checks. And Chloe, forgetting to use the Cadus Mario first, you can't just step on the question mark.
Yeah, this isn't Super Mario World. The question mark blocks don't do anything.
Well, at least we know if we haven't for Fend have to go to Misery Mire, which there's basically no way we would, at least we know where we'd find the big key.
Well, speaking of finds, we just found the Quake Medallion.
Let's see here, we got Koi rapidly approaching the Armos Knights. Math Girl starting their way through Ice Palace. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It's always the worst part, is just waiting to know whether your gamble paid off.
Oh, that's very true.
So let's try to think of worst case scenarios while our runners make their way through TR here. Obviously, item on Trinex would be terrible. Orphaned item in Swamp Palace would just be tragic. But are there any other possibilities at this point?
The only real crazy thing could be is if you had your one remaining fetch quest item that would not be Go Mode, lead you right over to where the book is, and that item being the powder, and having that on Trinex would just be the absolute worst case scenario.
So we don't really have that many bad scenarios then for this seed.
We don't, because we've already found all the fetch quest items except for 2, and one of them's required for go mode, basically.
Gotcha. So now it's just so that's only three possible item locations here. Magic Bat, Trinex, or Orphaned Item in Swamp.
That's basically what we're down to here.
Well, my vote, you know what my vote is. I want everybody to realize, oh crud, I had to go back to Swamp and Turtle Rock was completely unnecessary. Because the Schadenfreude is strong with that one.
Oh, it is.
So we're gonna get our look inside Mimic Cave. See what we have in that back room. The
There's
book!
the book! We are go mode, folks!
1 hour, 16 minutes, 12 seconds. That is a very quick nope out. You know, it'd be kind of funny though. What if the item in Swamp Palace was the flute? I'm just saying.
That's certainly possible. Can't deny that.
But it's immaterial now. Going the vanilla route into desert.
It is of no consequence. Okay, that was a really bad Emperor Palpatine. There's a Star Wars Rise of Skywalker trailer that has my hype on that front really high right now.
Oh, and if this were another time in another place, I would love to get your theories of how Palpatine's gonna show up in this one. But we're Legend of Zelda runners, we're not Star Wars runners. This isn't the pod racing speedrun right now, so I think we can just stick to what we know. Super Randomizer of the Jedi, I don't think that's what we're looking to do. So the hunt's on for the big key.
And it's gonna be on the right side.
Obviously not bothering with that hint, which would be completely redundant at this point. Yeah, Chloe just gonna get that big key as fast as possible. Math Girl getting the riot shield. Koi
making the big bomb play.
We got Matt, who got their book after going through TR, making their way into Desert Palace as well. Now, interesting, there was a hint, chat letting us know, there was a hint about the silver arrows in Ice Palette. So the question is, do they bother? I mean, unless they're on Lanmolas, of course. I didn't see if Chloe checked the item in the big chest. And again, silver arrows technically not required, of course, but definitely a great time save if it comes down to a really tight finish. And factor in a Ganon fall, and those silver arrows can actually make or break your position in the race.
Very true, as I have lost tournament races. As I lost the tournament race in my first go-around the tournament to a Ganon fall. At this last tournament, I lost one by 13 seconds because I had to fall because I was out of magic on a silverless Master Sword. That one was by 13 seconds, so that one stung a little bit.
Oh,
as they all do.
Oh my! I'm so sorry. I did not mean to reopen old wounds.
Nah, it's alright. I kind of did that myself.
Well, Chloe getting a little trolled by the by Lanmolis, running a little low on that magic power, opting to do sword strats to finish it off.
With Tempered Sword, that's not too bad.
But you know what would make it go faster? Silver arrows, which must be in the big chest if they haven't checked anything else, and the hint that chat was saying is correct.
We don't know that, but what we do know is that it's time to start entering numbers into chat, as chat is on the ball with this. 1 through 22 for the GT Big Key.
So, what is your... I see your pick, Leslie Pro, is 12.
A little bit of a story behind that. I was doing a combo rando commentary with Shades. I wound up picking 12, which is usually the number he picks, so it kind of got shoehorned in.
I always pick number 16 because every time I run, about 2/3 of all my runs, it's been number 16. Don't ask me why. I don't know why Rando loves 16 with me. And so far, I think I've had 2 races when I've calmed where it was in fact on 16. So we got Matt about a minute and a half behind Chloe Power, so it's still close. We've got key routing, we've got Ganon Falls, we've got all manner of possible changes to the leadership of this race.
Yeah, at this point, it doesn't just come down to left side, right side calls. It also comes down to execution.
So we've just got a few more seconds, chat, if anybody else wants to get an integer in there. Because as soon as Chloe Power enters that vestibule, the guessing game ends, and the hunt begins. No float numbers, no decimals.
No pie.
Well, I like pie.
Yeah,
all right.
pie's good, but not the number.
Guessing game over. We're going to Hope Room. Let's see what we have. Chest number 1. Nothing. 2. Little love.
And as a result of that, we're going left by force.
Did not find a small key. No way to do a right side check. Bob's Torch says nope.
Silvers!
Quality of life, but not a big key.
Not a big key, but that will make the Landmola fight certainly easier heading up.
To say nothing of Ganon.
Yeah.
Oh, this is... Well, again, that's a nice relief when it's right on the way. Matt about to find sweet relief. We got 4. Nothing. 5 small key.
Stun prize, 5 arrows. Worth noting in case you run low, as we get another small key in that room.
And we are up to 7 on our count. And for those wondering, we are only using Chloe Power's count as our official number because Chloe entered first. So Matt opting to full left. His count will be different than Chloe's, but Chloe's is the one we're using. We're up to 8 and nothing yet.
Sounds par for the course.
Oh, Matt doing Dark Magician!
This could be a game changer!
Oh my goodness, this could be fun. So, Leslie Pro, you keep an eye on Matt, because I'm keeping our official count here.
Right, he's got a bit of execution to do before he can get to the 4 chests, as number 9 is a no, 5 rupees.
Opting to skip Tile Room as one should, and Chloe approaching Rando Room.
Yeah, if you go for Tile Room first, outside of Plando, you're basically throwing a Hail Mary.
Let's see where we up next. 10, nothing. 11, nothing. 12, nothing. 13, nothing. But Ganton's Tower's got lots of love tonight.
Yep. But it's 20 rupees, 20 rupees, 20 rupees, and no, it is not on the right side. So it is in the vanilla area or the tile room.
So unfortunately, the gamble not paying off for Matt7898. Oh no, and Chloe
went for
falls.
the bonk jump, but gets rammed off by the baby Elmasaur.
Oh, those
fuck,
baby Tino
revenge.
kitties, those are cruel. Let's see what we have in Bob's chest. Assuming Bob will get out of the way. There's
There
our
we
big
go.
key, number 14. Let's go through chat. Who do we have as 14?
I know I saw 14 in there.
Well, I see Pomox's Slayer is definitely one, but before that we've got the Sci-Fi or the Siffy. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but congratulations, you win a lifetime supply of Rando Seeds. Just go to ALTTPR.com and claim your prize, the gift that keeps on giving.
And it certainly gives something, I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, early grave. A lot of the time, early grave.
Lack of sanity if something else didn't take that. I kid on that, by the way.
Oh no, I'm sure I've gotten more than my share of white hairs, white knuckling it through a Cedar 5. Meanwhile, we got Chloe making their way over to the gauntlet. Opting to be careful. I always called this room the pool deck, because you want to walk, not run, if you can avoid it.
Yeah, that's very true. In fact, I'm not sure which is faster, the fall to run or just walk through. But they're about the same, I think, unless I'm missing something.
Well, I see different runners do different strats in both cases, so I'm guessing it must be pretty close. I'm sure there's just a personal preference thing. I'm all about maintaining my life meter as I enter the gauntlet, so that's just my take on it. Meanwhile, Chloe having a little bit of trouble. That third room of the gauntlet here.
Meanwhile, we've got Math Girl doing a left side swamp check. I'm going to keep my eye on this because if this is the fluke, then our runners could have been in go mode sooner. Technically.
Well, technically, I mean, we're only losing, what, 90 seconds or so?
Basically, and this room's one of those variables because sometimes you get a water, whatever that thing's called, that pops out of the water.
Yeah, the water spout, those things can be mean. So we do get the map like you said. But what do we get on the other side? This... No!
Dams!
Well...
So left side swamp was a bust.
Well, that's what you get for me. With my spidey sense being completely wrong, follow the logic of the game.
Hence the not saying that now you know emote, because now we know too.
That's true. And Chloe making their way through the evil torch room. Hopefully not despawning the rest of Ganon's tower here.
Yeah, that's something that's only in Japanese 1.0, and it's a frame-perfect glitch.
That has taken down many a runner.
Well, if you're gonna fake powder and lose your mushroom, this would be the place to do it.
Oh, a very smart play here. Oh, what a smart maneuver. Oh, phenomenal, because you get that magic refill right now.
That was an excellent play by Chloe Prower.
Oh, props for that. Oh, no!
But not props for getting troll-dormed off the deck and into a spike pit below.
But food for thought, they only had about a heart and a half left. If they hadn't done that fake powder, that would have been game over.
Yeah, and this is one place where you do not want to die. Period.
Well, down goes the troll. Are we gonna raid his last Nope. Moldorm's treasure remains a mystery. I'd like to steal it out of spite.
And now, how's your geometry? 'Cause I know the Saturday seed, the Aghanim patterns were just terrible, and I couldn't get anything good going.
Oh, hopefully I was gonna be a little more acute than obtuse tonight.
Well, so far he's being obtuse.
Was that a triple?
That could have been. Oh, this would have been a free pattern.
That was a triple. Down
That
goes
it
Aga
was.
2. Oh, goodness. Matt raiding Moldorm's final treasure. The ultimate
And here's
humiliation.
Vanilla.
And we're off to the flying invisible bat pig.
And not a man bear pig. For those of you who watch South Park, you know what I'm getting at. As Koi has entered Ganon's tower.
And Matt on Aga 2. This could with a gorgeous triple on Matt's side, holy cow. Oh my goodness.
No double triple, but 2 hits away. 1 hit away as Chloe has started the Ganon fight.
Is still and getting a nice Ganon hug and taking a bucket load of damage, but I do believe Chloe grabbed a few potions.
Based off the fake powdering in the tower, I do not think so, but I could be wrong.
Well, opting to use some cape straps for health. No surprise, they're already into phase 3.
That and speed, because that's guaranteed. That really helps get the 1 cycle for sure.
And Ganon being incredibly kind with the teleports today.
As Matt is now in phase 1, Chloe Prower, final phase, first arrow, doesn't get torch glitch, but that is not going to matter whatsoever, as 1, 2, there's the 4th hit, down goes Ganon on Chloe Prower's side, and with that, we got bacon. Get your GG's in chat for Chloe Prower, and we'll get you some time, get you a time or two, when we get, as soon as she crosses the threshold.
All he's got to do is go over the 3x1 bridge, and we can tell you that Chloe Prower, first of our Restream runners, has finished in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 32:47 seconds. GG's. We'll see if we can get him into our commentator booth shortly, but let's tell you that Zero Rush was our first place winner with a time of 1 hour 30 minutes and 31 seconds. And Shiva Hayes 87 finishing second with a time of 1 hour 32:29, a mere 18 seconds faster than Chloe.
Yep, and then after Chloe, we got... And while that was going on, Matt7898 has finished second of our 4 restreamed runners, Bitworth overall, with a time of 1:33:25. Get your GG's in chat, folks.
And meanwhile, it looks like we have Chloe Prower in the commentator's booth with us. GG's.
Hi, GG's, thank you.
GG, that was a well-played seed, and it pulled a really nasty trick on us.
I mean, yeah, probably, what, 40 minutes, 45 minutes when I found the fire rod, I knew it was just flute or book to go mode. And then it was just a matter of finding either or.
For that, and you're also joined now by Matt7898. GG's, that turned into a pretty close finish between you two.
Yeah, I can see from the time it was pretty close.
Yeah, the main separator was Matt. It looked like you went full right, and that was kind of the difference maker in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, I always do that. GT route, and sometimes there's no key in the hope room. It'll lose you some time.
Hell, it was worth going for, because sometimes the rando will do that. trick
Yeah,
you by putting all those keys there, and then just swing the big one on the right.
You either lose 40 seconds or gain like 3 minutes sometimes. So
I mean, getting 3 keys in Stuffle's room puts basically everything in logic besides Rando room.
yeah, I know.
So-
Some people, when they get 4, they go full left. Maybe I should start doing that.
Did we get 4? I thought we only got 3.
I think we got 4.
Yeah, no, you definitely did get 4.
Oh, okay. I must have miscounted then.
Now here's another question that we all had. Everybody orphaned the item. Well, you two definitely orphaned the item in left side swamp, while we were still looking for just that single item. Now that was a gamble. We found out from another streamer that it was in fact just bombs, so it ended up being the right play to do Big Red Bomb first. But man, that's kind of a bit of a scary gamble when you're looking for that one thing to finish to get to go mode.
Yeah, I mean, I never did a Gina either, but...
I
Oh, see, I-
didn't consider going back for it because, like, even if it's flute there, then you can find the book too. So we were actually kind of looking for 2 items that we could have needed, and we knew I at least had the hint that there's a mutant item on this Ostrava. So I did not even consider going back in.
We found 5 in the
Fair point.
Swamp Palace, going straight to the boss. At the very worst, left side swamp was the other dungeon item and the big key, then we would have had to go to the big chest anyways, and that would have just been 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes slower.
About what I estimated it as.
Yeah, we had a little debate about how long that left side check actually takes.
Yes, it's like 3 minutes. If you have to go to the big chest, it's 3 minutes. I think.
Yeah, if you have to go back to the big chest after. I mean, it was 1 item ahead. And we had 2 outs, even though we never did find the flute, it looks like.
Yeah.
And you went right side GT, so it wasn't there either, so.
No, yeah, I never.
At least the silvers were free.
Well, it had to be in GT, either GT or Laser Bridge, because I checked every game besides that.
It could have been in Mire. There was no way we could have validated going into. Oh no, we needed flute to get the Mire. What am I talking about?
Yeah, this isn't inverted where you can use the mirror to get into Mire.
Now, I just want to quickly interrupt our commentary just to point out that we've had a couple other finishers here. We had Voosh finishing in 5th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 33 minutes 33 seconds, and 1 second later, Dragon Strike 1988 finishing in 6th with a time of 1 hour 33:34. Wow, that's a close one. Then we had Plasma Kappa finishing in 7th with a time of 1 hour 37:03. And Guitar Girl TS9 finishing in 8th with a time of 1 hour 38:02.
GG's all around. Some really good times for this seed. Because as we were watching things unfold here, I started thinking, and once around the time that Ether hit, and we saw that Ether was needed to get into Turtle Rock, that's when we started thinking that it could have been in Turtle Rock. When did that thought start creeping into your minds?
I thought about not going back in the pod after I killed Tommy. That's how much I was sure it was going to be in Turtle Rock. If I was not on the restream, to be honest with you, I might have done that. I just didn't want to look stupid.
The moment I got the fire rod, I figured it was probably in Turtle Rock. But I went and did all of Ice Palace first.
Because why not?
Oh, not to worry. If you got the items to full clear a dungeon, you probably want to go full clear a dungeon.
I know, I didn't want to gamble Turtle Rock and not be there and having wasted 7-8 minutes to do Turtle Rock. If it was just sitting in Ice Palace.
Yeah, that would have been a real kick in the teeth.
But I guess the Galaxy brain play would have been to grab the big bomb. Because I only single dipped Pod and Eastern, and I felt really good about that. Like, the logic was, like, messing with my head for most of the game, because I fake flip, or I water walk to get the gloves and waterfall fairy. Then I found a lamp, so I'm like, okay, so it can't be Aga required. And then I found the flippers on Death Mountain, and I'm like, what is an Eastern? And then I'm like, oh, it's the glove. The other glove.
Yeah, I felt really bad about not doing the water walk when I found that glove.
I just have to interrupt again. I'm sorry, just because we do have Koi, one of our other restreamers, in the final phase of the Ganon fight, getting a beautiful double, and getting Torch Glitch, and setting up looked like another, oh, just a single, but that he already got one when we weren't even looking. Down goes the big pig. Just has to do the quick, treacherous walk across the ridge, get those GGs in chat for Koi.
Let me read off some times while we're waiting on that, as we got Cassidy Moan finishing in 9th at 139.04, Durand in 10th at 139.40, NY Rambler in 11th at with a 140.09, and Koi 12th place with a 140.41. GG's all around, and with that, we're also joined by Koi in the commentary booth. GG.
Oh, hi.
So, that seed certainly sent us on a bit of a ride.
I mean, I essentially last location go mode. Like, I got to skip Agina's Cave, left side swamp. I think that's it.
Me too.
Yeah, that was quite the gamble to skip left side swamp, but we found out that it wasn't anything of importance, so that was a bit of a sigh of relief.
It wasn't like a super big gamble, because like I had the hint from Ice Palace that Green Pendant was a unique item, and I was hoping that was just Hook or Flute.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody on Restream was thinking that. Unfortunately, it wound up being the best boomerang, as the game calls it. And then one other finisher recently after Koi was Sabo Tender with a 141.12 and 14, and this just in, the Demolisher 1, 15th, 142.45. Those are all really good times, because this seed wanted you to go all sorts of crazy places. I have to ask Koi, at what point did you start thinking that Turtle Rock was going to have something?
When I turned in the Green Pendant.
And left side swamp never occurred to you. That's the thing that's blowing my mind, is everybody was looking for a single item and no one bothered.
It's not that it didn't occur to me. Like I knew that was a possibility that left side swamp would have had it, but like I've already been in swamp. Like anybody who full cleared swamp and got go mode there, like I already lost. It's over. It's done, right? So going back is just admitting defeat at that point. If I wanted to do left side swamp, I needed to do it my first trip in swamp, which I wasn't going to do because I had the Green Pendant hit.
No, fair enough. I mean, the game's logic was telling you with the hint, we got the hint about Ether on the red bomb. You know, and like you said, the unique item elsewhere.
I'm really glad we got that hint about Ether on red bomb. Otherwise, the seed would probably been another 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The hunt for opening, the hint for opening TR would have been without that hint would have been dreadful for the hunt.
I might have gone back to swamp if I didn't know where Ether was.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't have much left. I had swamp Ether.
Yeah,
well, no, when we worked it out.
I was worried that Fire Rod was going to be in Ice Palace because we had access to bombos.
That's why I did Ice Palace.
Hey, wasn't a bad play. Hey, Koi, it wasn't a bad play, as I've seen it happen before firsthand. It just didn't work out this time.
So I sequence broke Darkbolt access, right, with the fake flipper. And,
same.
And I knew, okay, so obviously flippers are in Eastern, right? Obviously, so I don't go to Eastern. And then after doing like the Darkbolt route and getting like deep down and everything, I'm like, okay, well, you know, it might be Mitz in there. You know, I'm going to continue this route around. And I went to Catfish, down to Pod, and into Eastern. Well, oh, it was Mitz after all. And then I thought, okay, let's go get that Bombo Smith out. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. So I fake flippered to Ice Palace before going up the mountain.
And it turned out in the end, it looked like we were down to 3 item locations anyway for your go mode item. So your routing was a good idea.
Yeah, I figured, like, with the way the seed was laid out, that most people were going to end up full clearing ice. But at the time, I didn't know that. And after getting nothing in there, it felt really bad.
It would have been really hard to justify not full clearing ice.
Yeah, especially the way the items were laid out too.
I mean, the God Vision right would be to not do Eastern at all, right? And when you get the...
Well, I did
access.
Swamp Palace before Eastern and Pod, so I had the bow going in.
Did you get to single dip them?
Yeah, I got the single dip.
Oh, wow.
But God Vision would have
That's
been
pretty God
to
Vision.
do the Red Bomb before I did Pod, or before I did
No, you
Blaze
could
Palace. Or before I went up, before I went up to the mountain.
Well, I think, like, if... Like, anybody who, like, dips into Swamp, you know, just willy-nilly, like, before hookshotting or anything, he just finds the bow and they just immediately leaves. Like, they're in a really good spot, because at that point, you're not going back in Swamp. Which is a good thing, because there was nothing in there. Did we ever find the flute? At all?
We never did, no. So the flute is probably locked away in Mire or something.
Well, not Mire, but maybe like deeper in
Flute
GT.
can't be in Mire, but it's got to be in GT. I'm thinking it's either past the Armos Knights in the tile room or in the big chest, because I think I saw everything else, unless the 3 chests before Old Orm 2 weren't open.
Did Matt finish Turtle Rock? No. So it could be Laser Bridge right next to.
Yeah, that too. Nobody on Restream finished Turtle Rock, and I doubt Math Girl's gonna do that, because it's just gonna be book and go. Ooh, good point from one of our trackers, a Wild Hannah appeared. It could very well be on the Bombos or Ether tablet.
Sure.
Pointlessly so if we've got the book already to get Desert.
So I feel like my big time loss in this seed was just the double dip into Eastern and Pod. But I had like this nagging feeling that it wasn't the flippers in Eastern the whole time, and I should have just run with it.
Well, logically, the seed wanted you to double dip Eastern. Once for the first glove, second time for the crystal, which... If you just skip that using Fake Flipper, then yeah, who wants to... Besides, who wants to double dip Eastern anyway if they don't have to? Hey, we've all done it, though.
What I really needed to happen was for the mitts to lock the bow, and unfortunately that didn't happen, because then that would have hard required the Eastern double dip.
Yeah, very true. Hard required double dips aren't fun, let's face it.
Yeah, but when you've already double dipped, you want it to be required.
Yeah, fair point. That is a fair point. I will keep that one in mind.
And in the meantime, let me just do a little bit of updating on some of our other off-stream finishers. We have Days Cloud finishing in 13th with a time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, 51 seconds. We have Sabbatender finishing 14th with 1 hour, 41:12. We notice that D-Demolcher finishing 15th at 1:42:45. We have Raylan Tanker finishing 16th with a time of 1 hour, 45:18. Nakanashi finishing in 17th place with a time of 1 hour, 46:11. And that we had a new one. Ovidius Naso finishing in 18th with a time of 1 hour, 49:14. So GG's to all the finishers.
Yes, much GG's to everyone. Thanks for making me look bad. Matt and Chloe.
We just got confirmation in chat from one of the non-restream runners that the flute was on the Ether tablet.
Oh, okay, so flute was book locked. That's even worse.
Fun.
That's hilarious game. Wow, just wow.
At least you can't possibly justify diving Mire.
Yeah, the only way you could justify diving Mire is if you had a brain fart and thought it was all dungeons.
Mismark your crystals.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess my question would be, if you were getting the book already, why would you even bother checking the tablets?
Maybe it's for silvers
Fair enough.
on the way.
As with
I can see
that,
Yeah, it's like
Math
super
Girl
on the way.
can go mode.
Yeah, I guess I could see if it's on Ether. Yeah, that would.
I wouldn't do it, but I can see something do it.
I wouldn't either. Plus,
Let's say
silver's for served to us on a toasty platter.
That's true. It's great when they're Bob Silvers. It's fantastic.
Bob had the
Yep.
key. Too.
Well, thanks for the restream, guys, and much love to the commentary and trackers and Twitch chat. Hi. But I gotta go back to doing even more horrible seeds. We'll see you guys later.
Alright, GG's. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off too. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate all the work you do to make these streams happen.
Alright, thank you, and GG's.
And then there was one. So we're going to keep track of Math Girl's progress as they make their way through Desert Palace right quick and their way up to GT.
Yep, this shouldn't take... As it's a short dungeon regardless, so it shouldn't take too long.
So just going to take a look at our finishers here. We have Alhado, who finished in 19th place with a time of 1 hour 51:37. So GG's Alhado. We got Math Girl realizing that the key is going to be on that right side. And looks like Koi is starting his new stream already. He's not wasting any time putting this seed behind him. So meanwhile, we have Math Girl just making their way over to the left side of Desert Palace to be able to make their way to the back side of Desert Palace to take down Lanmolas. Going to be seeing that those Silver Elves are immediately following this Lanmolas fight, which are always a great quality of life item to have for that particular boss battle. And like you said, Leslie Pro, a really quick dungeon here.
Yeah, when your last dungeon for go mode is one of the light world dungeons, it generally is quick.
And just a couple of rooms left for Lanmo here. And again, a big thank you to everybody who's on that restream. It takes a lot of guts to get in front of, you know, hundreds of people day in, day out and show off your stuff to the world. And some seeds, they go your way, and some seeds, they, well, rando being rando. So while Math Girl's finishing off their run, if we haven't given them a proper shout out, a big thank you to our trackers, A Wild Hannah Appears and White Wolfos. Big thank you to both of you for doing an amazing job of tracking this race, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do our commentary and do our jobs for you.
I've known some people who've done both, but believe me, it's not easy to do both.
No, those trackers have one of the most underrated jobs in the world, so definitely big thank you to them. And while we're thanking, we get going Lanmolas, getting the compass, getting the crystal, finally on our way to GT. Let's hope Math Girl does a full left, so we can call it a night and wrap this seed up with a bow. Yes, that was a pun. No, no one caught it. Therefore, it didn't really work out all that well. So, Math Girl doing the quick save and quit, getting up to Mountain Cave. No surprise there. So, Leslie Pro, we're making our way up. What are your overall thoughts on this seed?
Well, the seed certainly strung us along a bit in terms of where to go, but it also limited us on where we could and couldn't go. So there was only one real pendant dungeon we could have gone into anyway, because the other two, well, one was flute locked, which we now found out we never would have gotten anyway until after go mode. So you really couldn't get hung up with too much, and by the time you got into the other pendant dungeon, it had your go mode items. So yeah.
So, did you say the seed was pretty linear then?
It certainly was in terms of where it needed you to go. I mean, there was nothing really open about this seed, let's face it.
So then,
And Math Girl just got dead rocked.
oh, the inconvenience of it all. So meanwhile, Math Girl just a couple of screens and a couple of Lionels away from GT. And we'll be able to know exactly how fast this seed's going to wrap itself up. So, meanwhile, we do get the bonus seed on Koi, but I promise you all, we are paying our closest attention to Math Girl's 718 as she makes her way into the tower, obviously going to the Hope Room. Every single one of her seeds I've seen her do, she definitely goes to the... she's always going to the Hope Room, from what I've seen of her streams. Yep, quick mirror out because you're hard locked out of right, just like our other runners who tried. And Merry Christmas, Math Girl! Taking the silvers off the top of the tree. Let's hope we don't get any Dark Magician strats here. Just keep going left, Math Girl. We know you can do it.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll know immediately after the Stoffhouse room. Let's hope for the best. Let's see what she... Let's see just because she did get all those keys. Because that was the comment from our runners on our commentary interview afterwards. Because getting all four puts right side in a lot of logic, but no, she's making the right call here.
Having some trouble because the red stall post won't get out the way.
Trollfos. Nah, it doesn't work. There's only one true troll of this game.
We do have another finisher to report in. S. Andres 316 finishing 20th with a time of 1:57:30 and had a race comment saying, and I quote, "How did I manage to salvage a sub-2 from that mess?" Yeah, this was a bit of a mess, but still, we can all say this honestly, we've seen worse than this.
Oh, yes, indeed. I can remember one where we were down to just the tablet checks. We go-moded nearly an hour 50 in. And the first of our Restream runners, I believe, was second place overall with a 2:01.
That just sounds gross.
Oh, it was glorious. Those seeds that they just last. Those Iron Man seeds, they just last forever. Then there's the tragic seed where I've seen 3 of them in the last week, where it was an orphaned item. Twice it was Thieves Town. Once it was Swamp Palace.
And that was a recent one for me too, because the last time we did a Chaos Boss Shuffle Randomizer, it was all dungeons, and I last locationed the Ice Rod because of Crystal Rollers.
Oh no!
Which is why, well, I took a death heading over there because of Crystal Rollers. So tomorrow night, when Chaos Boss Shuffle Randomizer is the mode, I get a chance at a little bit of payback.
Oh, well, that'll be fun to watch. Meanwhile, we got Math Girl getting that big key, making their way up to the gauntlet. It's all down to execution now. So while Math Girl, I'm trying to remember the qualifiers, which if you haven't been watching, have been some of the trolliest seeds I think I've ever seen in any rando. But these qualifiers are for the live event that's happening at the end of October, I believe near Washington, D.C. Oh, we got it up in chat now. There's going to be a wide variety of games that are going to be run, and there's going to be a minimum $3,000 prize pool for each. We got other tournaments like Zelda 1, Rando, Super Metroid, Mega Man X, Super Mario Bros. 1, Mario World, Mario 64. We've also got some relay stuff happening too. There's a lot of great activity happening. If you can manage to get yourself out to that neck of the woods, it would not be a bad idea.
While I won't be able to make it, it is worth noting that I can confirm that one other game has been added to that list, another randomizer, and that's the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer. They're going to be holding an on-site tournament for that as well.
Oh, that one's always fun. You know, ever since Zelda Link to the Past sort of took the reins of randomizing things, we've seen some great randomizers with Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and then games you wouldn't even think of that could be randomized. And other games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, just all sorts of Ocarina of Time, to say nothing of the Ocarina of Time randomizers. It's breathing such wonderful new life into these games and really showing the depth and creativity of the community and the depth of the games that are being randomized too.
Oh, it really is. Like, Free Enterprise is certainly one example of a game getting randomized really well. There's another one that I play from time to time, or Found Ancient Cave Rando. That's a good one I can say from experience.
Wait a minute, they've randomized Earthbound?
Yep, there is such a rando.
That
called
ranks...
Ancient Cave.
Wow, you see, that ranks right up with my discovery recently of Lay's cheesy garlic bread potato chips. How did I not know these existed, and why did it take so long to get into my life? So meanwhile, we got Math Girl opting not to use silver arrow straps, maybe forgetting they picked up the silvers?
No, I think she's conserving them for later, because it's very easy to miss in this fight.
Well,
I know I've had trouble hitting those lamelas with the bow from time to time.
Now, there is a wonderful setup with the boots, or if you just bonk against a particular spot on the wall, it actually sets you up perfectly at the beginning of the fight to nail all 3 of them really quickly. It's a great setup.
What's also great is just knocking enemy guards off the ledge. For all the times they do that to you as a kid, getting some payback is sweet. But we also got a couple more finishers. The Daddy Gamers has finished in 21st, 20211, with Tabby Cat 54 finishing in 22nd with a 20418.
Well, GG's to all the runners on this seed.
Absolutely.
Oh, and chat pointing out that one of the newer randos that we've been seeing is the Metroid Prime Randomizer, which I've caught a couple of those streams. They are fantastic.
I need to catch that myself because I know Bash Prime's been working on that one for a while now.
I mean, there's still the occasional little blip in it, but man, is it wonderful to watch being run right now. Again, for the 50th time, the creativity of the community, the dedication of the programmers, and the community involvement. It's you know what? It's beautiful to be a gamer sometimes.
Absolutely. Can't emphasize that enough because I've seen some great creativity not only from those that do rando, but in some of the communities on Twitch. I've also seen some really good creativity as well.
Oh, for sure. The community, if you haven't joined us on the Randomizer Discord, you really should. The community here, just some of the nicest, most giving people you'll meet. If you want to start running, you can ask questions galore. There's tons of tutorials, and a lot of these high-level runners populate the chat in there all the time. Always happy to give some pointers, advice. It's how I frankly, it's how I learned to do a nice palace bomb jump. I just couldn't do it. And another great runner, Raikou Rider, who you often see on the restream and in the commentators booth, he just spent 10 minutes with me, walked me through it.
Oh yeah, I can definitely vouch for that, because you got great individuals amongst the communities, and Raikou is one of the really awesome, one of the best people in this community, for sure.
And meanwhile, Mathgirl, having a little trouble, did get a triple, though. But I'm a little worried about that magic and life count right now going into the Ganon fight.
And she just got blue-balled and robbed of a double. Rude game, rude.
Oh, again, they're out of sync.
Yep, when they get out of sync, you can get robbed of hits like that.
And lots of rage slashes from poor Mathgirl as Ganon, I don't know, just sort of bamfs into place, I guess? Kind of shows up out of nowhere.
Yep.
And funny enough, I don't remember Ganon ever taking on a bat form in any other game other than this one.
Yeah, this is the only game in which you see it. If I had to be honest, if Ganon were to transform to anything flying, it probably would look closer to an Argarok than a bat. But that's just me.
Well, I was gonna say I don't think you'll ever see it again until pigs fly.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, but getting bodied, getting hit by the trident, that does a lot of damage. Opting for the cape strats. Let's hope Mathgirl's got something in a bottle.
I think she does, though.
Because if she doesn't...
Grabbing the wall, saving some magic.
Oh no, and
taking
taking
the high roll driver!
Oh no! And doesn't have a fairy and maybe wasn't paying attention. Has no magic.
Does have a blue potion like I thought she did, but unfortunately took a Hyrule driver right before phase 3 started, so it's back to the start of the fight.
Oh, and that also resets the really nice teleport pattern that our other runners got too. Because Ganon this time round wanted to die a lot quicker than before. So we got Mathgirl trying the cave strats again, avoiding the fire bats. But unfortunately, with no other way to refill their magic, they really have to be careful.
That's what she's doing when she's grabbing the wall, because that suspends the magic meter dropping.
But did take a little bit longer to get that cape off, so we're back down to just under half magic meter left. Really nerve-wracking on this fight, because at 2 hours, almost 2 hours, 10 minutes, you're getting tired, and especially having had some frustrating parts of finding things, maybe a couple execution errors. You're just running out of mental capacity here. Oh, almost with the triple, but getting a very solid double. Just has to get one more. We do have torch glitch. Come on, Chloe. Sorry, not Chloe. Come on, Math Girl. You can do this. About to get fire batted. Oh, but down
Wasn't
goes
moving,
the...
so it doesn't matter. Down goes Ganon. We got bacon. Get your GGs in chat for Macgirl 718.
And as soon as Math Girl crosses that bridge, we'll get you that official SRL time. Which we do have here with her finishing in 23rd place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Whew, GG.
GG indeed, and according to our race bot, that is a race PB by about almost 18 minutes.
So double GG's for Math Girl 718. Let's see if we can get her into the commentator booth here.
She's just hitting the fast forward button to speed up to the end of the game. You know, I gotta do that sometimes.
Well, when you want to find out exactly how you did according to the in-game strats, it's always the lag that gets me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But meanwhile, we do have Math Girl in the commentator's booth. GG's and congratulations on the PB.
Thanks.
Nicely done, Math Girl. That seed, well, that seed was about as linear as I've seen it sometime. It was open, but it was also bottlenecking because it sort of forced you to go into Pendant Turtle Rock at the near the end of it just to get the book. And then we found out from another runner that the book was blocking the flute.
I mean, the only nice thing about that seed was that I knew Ped was dead.
That's true.
It's like, at worst, they're gonna make me go to Turtle Rock.
That's true, and it was a pretty quick dip. As Leslie Pro was saying, we ended up bottlenecking where our go mode item was actually in only one of 3 locations in the...
1 of 3? What were the other 2?
Where was it we'd found it? We talked about it a little while ago. One of them was Turtle Rock. A lot of people did not do left side swamp, so there was some concern that there was an orphaned item there. And there was one other one that I'm blanking on at the moment.
It could have gone all the way down to Trinex and then having the powder down there to lead to the book back at Magic Bat.
That's
that
the one.
Wasn't the case.
I did fake powder, though.
So, then... Yeah, so then we definitely know that it wouldn't have been that. So I apologize, we must have missed that.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was something useless.
Yeah, it's pretty... After a long seed, you pretty much forget the useless locations.
So,
Huh?
Oh no, go ahead, Math Girl.
Oh, I was just saying it might have been like arrows or rupees or something.
Well, no, but we were saying doubly so for the GGs on getting your personal best, because by the time you're hitting that 2-hour mark, you're just getting mentally exhausted as well as physically so.
I mean, it wasn't, but like, what, a week ago that I got my first sub 2?
Amazing. No, and if anybody who hasn't even tried a rendo, getting a sub 2, that is a huge achievement in of itself. And a big thank you for being on our restream and showing off and strutting your stuff. It's always amazing to watch you play.
Absolutely. And you keep improving with this rando as well, Math Girl. Keeping it up, you're gonna... Yeah, I can see lots of improvement happening. For sure, no doubt.
I mean, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, if anybody wants to give me some tips, I'm all ears.
Well, it looks like you're doing great. I mean, if you're improving your PB by nearly 18 minutes in one of the races, that's humongous. So
especially that was only set like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. So if your time is dive bombing that quickly, I suspect you're going to be getting your first sub 150 pretty quick at this rate. So keep it up. So it looks. Oh, I think we lost her, but we have Math Girl back. Sorry, Math Girl, we missed what you were just saying there.
Oh, sorry. I think my computer was being dumb. I was saying my first sub 2 was actually a 146 something.
Wow.
Wow.
Great job. That's amazing.
It was a fairly jet seed.
Doesn't matter because there's also the matter of execution too.
Right about that.
So definitely thank you for joining us on the restream big time. GG's again. Please keep it up. Please keep coming on the restream. I can't wait to watch you improve.
I intend to keep doing these dailies. Plus, I'm considering joining the fall main tournament too.
Oh, that's great. That's going to be a fun tournament.
Oh, I believe it. I just know that it doesn't pan out in the cards for me because I've got other stuff going on that month that requires my attention that's life related.
IRL comes first.
Sure.
I'm hoping I can maybe commentate a race or two of that one because I know that the racers in that one are going to be out of this world. So yeah, absolutely, Math Girl. You join that tournament and let's see what you can do.
I mean, it really depends on what the modes are gonna be, but yeah.
That's true. We've had quite a few, even just in the qualifier seeds. I don't know if you've been watching the SG Live qualifiers. They've just been nasty seeds.
Yeah, I actually did some of the qualifiers. I did my 5 matches.
Oh, congratulations! Though again, the ones that I've seen were not fun.
No, they certainly weren't.
So, I just want to quickly point out we did have another finisher here, Lady Boxley, finishing 24th with an SRL time of 2 hours and 17 minutes flat. So GG's to Lady Boxley for finishing as well.
So am I the last one done on Restream, probably?
Indeed, but you know what? We were glad to stick around to watch you finish.
Well, it's been quite a pleasure to do. Nice little break from all the stress.
Well, we definitely hope to have you on the restream more. So GG's again for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. GG's, Math Girl, and good luck with your upcoming races and the upcoming dailies, nightlies. I know I'm jumping into one tomorrow night because, hey, I've been waiting for a Chaos Boss Randomizer run back.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm probably not joining that. I have had some bad experiences with Randomizer.
Yeah, Randomizer can be a big ol' troll at times, to be honest.
Well, somebody I used to work with made a Plando once, and it's just, I can't get it out of my...
Oh god, it was that bad, I bet.
Oh, they always are. Well, Math Girl, again, you're awesome. Thank you so much for joining us in the commentator's booth. Thank you so much for joining us in the restream. Big time.
And thank you guys for commentating. I think I'm gonna hop out of here. I got some obligations I gotta take care of.
Don't blame you one bit. So, I just want to say, I am again Beast, wanting to thank you all for letting me hop in halfway through the race. Just as a reminder, please do help keep the lights on here at the Speed Gaming Network. Your bits, your donations, your tweets, joining us in the Discord, everything that we can do to contribute to this amazing community always helps us out, big time.
On that, somebody ought to do the SG Live command.
Yeah, we've had the SG Live command, but that is the reminder about the SG, thank you Math Girl, about the SG Live tournament happening October 24th through 27th near Washington, D.C. with a guaranteed $3,000 prize pool for each game. And the prize pool is going to grow based on merchandise sales and whatnot, so it's a minimum $3,000 prize pool per game. Plus, we also have the qualifier races, which are happening here on the Speed Gaming Network, which the top 3 runners are actually going to have, I don't know if it's all or a very large part of their travel to the tournament taken care of. So there's actually a decent amount of prize on the line for the qualifiers as well. So if you haven't been checking those out, to quote Reggie Fils-Aimé, what's wrong with you? But in the meantime, from the frozen tundras of Termina Field, Canada, I am the Base Beast saying thank you so much for joining. Leslie Pro 04, I leave you with the final word.
Alright, I figured before we get going, I just figured I'd mention that we do have, speaking of Speed Gaming Live, there's a Zooter Speed Gaming Live qualifier race in progress on Speed Gaming Maine, as well as a spoiler log race of Super Metroid A Link to the Past combo random. Although, that's basically it for the scheduling for tonight. This was a fun seed overall, and it was great to get back into commentary. Thanks to all of our runners for being on Restream, Chloe Prower, Matt7898, Koi, and Math Girl, as well as for you, Base Beast, for jumping in midway. Heck of a job, pinch hitting, and I would definitely do it again. With that being said, I'm Leslie Pro, and our next race, and we do have daily races tomorrow at 2 and 9. So you definitely want to catch those. And with that, for the Base Beasts, our restreamed runners, and everybody behind the scenes at Speed Gaming, I'm Leslie Pro. Have a good night. Take care. We'll see you next time. Watch out for Lionel.